course, who represented the Prime Minister. Thank you very much. We have been privileged today really to have the distinguished presence of the Honorable Speaker, number of ministers, number of senators. I think Senator Raghu Ghosh is still with us, and a number of members of Parliament and from the state parliaments as well. So thank you very much for all for being here. The Hindu Council of Australia, its membership, its leadership, the wonderful distinguished guests, my colleagues from the High Commission, and of course the officials from the various organs of the Government of Australia, including the Australian Defence Forces and other departments. And last but not least, of course, the leaders of the interfaith community, whom I see and recognize over here. Thank you very much for being here. Namaskar. Salam alaikum, Sat Shri Akal, Shalom, very good evening to all of you. I think I also saw amongst us the distinguished presence of some of my distinguished diplomatic colleagues, namely the High Commissioner of Sri Lanka and the High Commissioner of Mauritius. They were here a short while ago. Thank you for turning up here this evening for this wonderful celebration. In India, when we celebrate Deepavali, it is a step towards winter. And the way weather in Canberra is behaving, I think we are going back to winter, but perhaps not for too long. Hopefully the summer will be upon us very soon. But I'm really very proud and very privileged and very honored to be here celebrating Deepavali with all of you. Celebrating Deepavali with Indians who are Australians, Indians who are Indians, the friends of India, belonging to so many different communities, countries, cultures, languages, and religions. I must say that in my about 2 years in Australia, I have seen and heard about Deepavali celebrations, other celebrations from Perth to Brisbane, from Darwin to Adelaide, and on the mainland, of course, in Hobart, Tasmania, and other places. But it is always very special to come back to this particular place, the Parliament of Australia, for celebrating Deepavali. Because here we not only celebrate Deepavali, we celebrate diversity. So thank you very much for all the parliamentarians, the leadership of the House, for coming together. Short while ago, we had the leader of opposition also, distinguished members from opposition, Senator Paul Carr, Jason Wood, and many of them. I would like to really thank all of them for supporting Deepavali, for gracing this occasion with their presence, and of course, being here with us to celebrate this. I will say something in Hindi now, कहते हैं कि राम राज्य में शेर और बकरी एक ही घाट पर पानी पीते थे. मैं कहना ये चाह रहा हूँ कि पक्ष और विपक्ष, opposition and government both come together to celebrate Deepavali. What can be a bigger tribute to the power of people, to the power of multiculturality, to the power of diversity and power of celebration. My very big thanks to the forces that drive this democracy, not just the leaders and the representatives of the people, but most importantly, the people themselves, that is you all. Please say a big thank you to yourself. Because when India and Australia celebrate 5 years of their comprehensive strategic partnership, when India and Australia cooperate across the diversity, across the spectrum of the human endeavors, from Antarctica to space, from science and technology to sports, from technology to trade, who is driving this relationship? It's the people. It is you who are driving this relationship, and it is you who form the indomitable energy of this partnership. So a very, very big thank you to all. Please give yourself a very big round of applause. And last but not the least, a few words about what we are doing today, lighting the lamps, illuminating our lives, and not just our lives, but our environment, where we are. When I was a child, like many of you, I celebrated Deepavali in India. Many of those things which were with us as children, perhaps we do not remember now because they are not around us. When we used to celebrate Deepavali, there were 2 or 3 things which were a fixture every year, especially at the Deepavali time. Kheel or Batashe. How many of you remember Kheel or Batashe? Raise your hands. Oh, good number. Oh, wonderful. So kheer, for those of you who do not know, is a puffed rice. And batashe is a sugar candy, baked sugar candy. But together with these things, and these things came into Deepavali festival because Deepavali came right after the paddy season. And it came right after the sugar cane season. So we were not merely celebrating a festival, a cultural festival, we are honoring the economy. We are honoring the producers. We were honoring those who drive the economy, who drive the agricultural economy of India at that time. But together with that, also came stories that our elders, our grandfathers, our grandmothers, our parents told to us. And out of that, I remember one particular story very clearly. It was about light itself. I will not bore you with the entire long story, but just in short, it was about a wise old man who, by the dint of hard work, and this many of you know in Australia, struck gold. He made good life for himself, grew up, hard work, accumulated riches, but one day he realized he was getting old and won't have too much time on his hands. And he thought what to do with his wealth. He had 3 sons, he could not decide whom to pass on this wealth. So what he did, he called his sons, come young persons, young man, come over. Here is 1 silver coin to each of you. Go and purchase something and fill 1 room with that thing. Purchase something with this silver coin, purchase something with which you can fill the room. And I will come and see. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Julian Leasing. Namaste, आपका बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है. So after a day, when these young persons were ready with what they had purchased, they invited the father to come to their house. One boy could not find much. He had purchased a lot of hay and cut grass and tried to fill the room with that. The father was disappointed. He moved on to the second son, who had done even worse. He had purchased a lot of garbage and tried to fill the room with that garbage. But the third son, he had gone and purchased 1 lamp, 1 candle, lit it up and filled the whole room with light. Obviously, the father was very pleased because he understood it was not just the wealth but the value which he was trying to pass on to the young people, to his sons. It is that value that this son had learned the best, and he had filled his home, his life, his environment with light. So it is this light, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, that Deepavali celebrates. The light that we light up, illuminate our lives with. And as this candy over here says, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we invite prosperity and light not just for one individual, one family, but the whole world, which is but one family. So thank you very much for joining us today to light this lamp, illuminate your own lives, but also illuminate the life of everyone around you. So wish you all the best, wish you all the prosperity, wish you all the happiness, health and joy, not just for yourself, but through you to the entire world. And as the prayer right over here said, Sahanavatu, Sahano Bunaktu, Sahaviryam Garbhavahe, Tejasvinavati Mastu, Ma Vishalahe. May we be protected together, may we toil and strive, and be able to enjoy the fruits of that hard work together. May we dispel the darkness of disputes, and may our lives be filled with the light of cordiality, compassion, and kindness. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Sincere thank you to Your Excellency for sharing your inspiring words about the power of community and togetherness. Our celebration of Deepavali would not be complete without honoring one of its most powerful messages, the triumph of good over evil. Through the epic story of Deepak Gandhi, we are reminded that courage, righteousness,